In the end, Brian hasn't changed his mind at all, has he? Even though I was completely opposed to marrying a girl who only finished middle school. It's so frustrating, I can't believe this is happening. Does he not realize what he's doing to this family?
Amanda, are you seriously bringing this up in the morning of the wedding? I mean, come on. I know you're not enthusiastic about my marriage to Brian, but to hear you say this right up to today is just incredibly disappointing.
What do you mean by just? What do you want to say?
Well, it just makes me feel uncomfortable, you know? It's not something I expected to hear from you, especially not now.
It's a lot more uncomfortable for me to watch my son marry someone like you, who doesn't have much going for her. You should really realize that you're making everyone around you feel uneasy, you know? It's hard to support this union when I see how mismatched you both are.
I'm not trying to do anything like that. I thought we were beyond these judgments.
Listen, my husband is the president of a well-known company. Brian was groomed to be a successor through elite education. He's had the best opportunities and training imaginable. There's just no comparison between him and someone like you, who hasn't received much of an education at all. How can you even think you could fit into our family?
What kind of way is that to talk? I received an education too, you know. Just because I didn't go to a prestigious school doesn't mean I'm unworthy.
From that foolish father of yours, right? It's probably not even a decent education. Don't fool yourself.
That's not true at all. My father worked hard to provide for me, and he instilled values in me that you wouldn't understand.
If you don't have money or a good educational background, and you have no mother to speak of, all you have is a foolish man by your side. The more I think about it, the more I realize you are completely unworthy of being part of our family. It's just a fact.
My father is not foolish. I grew up receiving a lot of love from him. He has a good relationship with Brian too, and that counts for something, doesn't it?
Brian is a kind-hearted at his core. He said that after he takes after our family business, he wants to focus on charitable work. Honestly, I can't wrap my head around why we should help the poor. They're just people who aren't putting in enough effort and expect handouts instead of working hard for what they want.
I actually want to help with Brian's charitable projects. There are many people in the world who suffer from poverty for unavoidable reasons, and I believe we should help those who truly need it.
Sure, there are people like that, but you, on the other hand, seem like a poor person who hasn't made any effort, right? It's so typical for people like you to want to play the victim instead of taking responsibility for your own life.
How can you be so sure about that? You don't even know me.
Well, it's obvious when you look at it. You're someone who blames everything on your environment and has been coddled throughout your life. I'm sure your father is just like that too. He's so soft on himself that he never grows. He probably spoiled you, didn't he? Especially your father, of course. With that foolish face of his, it's no wonder his wife ran away from him. She probably saw how incapable he was.
Is that so? I'll remember what you said, and I hope you remember it as well.
Yes, your father is foolish. And you, born from that foolishness, are foolish too. Keep that in mind. This is valuable advice coming from a successful person.
Well then, I'm looking forward to the wedding. Despite everything, I hope you enjoy it. But really, don't expect too much.
Yes, I look forward to it too. But honestly, I can't wait to see how cheap your wedding dress looks. I'm sure it'll be just as disappointing as your attitude.
You think you can judge me based on my choices? I didn't choose to be in this position. Life just turned out this way for me. You act like your life is perfect just because you have money.
It's not about money, it's about standards. You don't understand the weight of what it means to marry into a family with a legacy. We have expectations and a reputation to uphold, and you don't fit into that picture at all. You need to understand that, for your sake, as much as ours.
I understand perfectly well, and I'm not trying to fit into your picture. I'm marrying Brian because I love him, not because I want to join your so-called elite family. If that's the only thing you care about, then maybe it's you who should take a step back and reevaluate your values.
How dare you speak to me like that? You think your love is enough? Love doesn't pay the bills or keep the family name intact. You're in way over your head, Sophia. The sooner you realize that, the better off you'll be.
You can keep your judgments to yourself. I'm not here to please you or anyone else. I'm doing what feels right for me, and I won't apologize for that. Just because you don't understand my choices doesn't mean they are wrong.
Fine, do whatever you want, but just know that it will come back to haunt you. You're in for a rude awakening, and I can't wait to see how this all turns out. Good luck today. You're going to need it.
Sophia, today is finally your wedding day. I might just burst out crying and make a scene, so please forgive me if I do.
No, please don't shout. That would be so embarrassing for me.
Wait, something bothering you? You don't seem very cheerful. Is it possible that you're feeling a bit of wedding jitters?
Oh no, it's nothing like that. I don't have any worries about marrying Brian. I really believe we can make each other happy. It's just that...
Could it be something to do with Amanda?
Huh? How did you know? Dad, do you know something about her?
What do you mean, know something? Are you referring to the fact that Amanda has the worst personality in the world? Of course I know that. I've talked to her face to face before.
Wait, really? What did she say?
Well, I can't remember everything, but she was going on about her family background and education and stuff like that. In the end, I couldn't quite figure out what she was trying to say. Felt like she just wanted to boast about her family.
I see. So you've experienced her attitude too. I've been dealing with her snide remarks all the time. Just a little while ago, she said something really awful.
What kind of awful thing did she say?
Well, it's not something you need to worry about, Dad. It was just the usual, I won't approve of your marriage kind of nonsense. To hear that on the morning of my wedding is just ridiculous, right?
Come on, just be honest with me. What exactly did she say to you? You were looking down a little earlier, so it must have been something pretty harsh, right?
Really, it's nothing to be worried about. I promise I'm fine.
Did she say something about me? I'm sorry for always being such a burden to you.
Huh? No, it's not that at all.
Isn't it? You don't have to hide it. I know that I'm the one who's inadequate. I've always felt like I've troubled you in some way.
You're not a burden at all. Remember the parent-teacher meetings? I was the one who made you embarrassed. The time I showed up covered in oil.
That's ancient history. I really don't care about it anymore. I might have thought you should have at least wiped your face, but...
Anyway, I'm really grateful to you, Dad. You raised me all on your own, and that's something I appreciate so much.
If I were smarter and could earn more money, I would have been able to give you a more luxurious life. Instead, I've been the one relying on you, and you've even helped me out. Because of that, you couldn't even go to high school.
It's fine. I chose not to go to high school on my own. Besides, you gave up your dream of becoming a comedian for my sake.
That doesn't matter. It's not like it was my dream or anything. I was just invited to do some comedy. I always know deep down that I didn't have any real talent for it.
But I've seen videos of your stand-up routines from back in the day, and they were really funny. You definitely had talent.
No, that's not true at all. It really isn't.
So you don't have to feel sorry for me. Today is my big day. You should focus on that.
But that's exactly why I can't help but reminisce about everything. Still, you're right. It wouldn't be good for me to dwell on my feelings. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in your wedding dress. You can bet I'll be recording every moment.
Yeah, thank you, Dad. I'll see you later. Amanda, what was that speech just now? Why were you only talking about me?
Well, of course, I had things I wanted to say to you. My husband and I are simply respecting Brian's decision, but that doesn't mean we recognize you as a suitable bride. Everyone needs to understand that clearly.
But to speak so ill of me like that, it's not just my reputation that's at stake here. You've tarnished your own as well.
It's far worse for people to think we welcomed you as a bride. We have executives from my husband's company and CEOs from business partners here today. I had to say what I did to set the record straight.
I can't believe this. I just can't accept it. Calling me poor and a high school dropout in front of everyone? And I'm supposed to give my speech after this? How am I supposed to show my face?
Well, you could just show up with your usual downcast, miserable look. With no mother, no money, and no education, it's only natural for you to be looked down upon. You should be grateful that you even had a place in my wedding speech.
How can you say that? You know this is my special day too. All I wanted was to enjoy my wedding and celebrate with everyone. But instead, you've turned it into a scene where I feel humiliated.
Listen, this is about making sure everyone knows the truth. People need to see you for who you really are, and I'm just doing my part. If you're embarrassed, maybe that's just a reflection of the life you've led.
You really don't care about how I feel, do you? You're so focused on your own image and what people think that you've lost sight of what today is supposed to be about.
This day is not just for you. It's also about Brian and our family. And I'll do whatever it takes to protect our family's reputation. If that means I have to say some harsh truths, then so be it.
But the things you said were cruel. You could have found a way to express your concerns without tearing me down like that. It doesn't matter if I come from a different background. I still have feelings.
Oh, please. Feelings don't matter when it comes to the real world. People will judge you based on where you come from, and you need to accept that. If you want to fit in with our family, you'll need to toughen up.
I can't believe you think this is acceptable behavior. Today is supposed to be a celebration of love, but you turned it into a competition of social status. How can you be so heartless?
It's not about being heartless. It's about being realistic. If you can't handle a little criticism, how will you handle the real challenges of being part of this family? It's a tough world out there, and you need to be prepared for it.
I can handle challenges, but not like this. Your words have hurt me deeply, and they've made this day feel like a nightmare instead of a celebration. I just want to be accepted for who I am, not judged based on where I come from.
Hey, don't get too carried away.
Huh? What's your problem? Do you have something to complain about?
Of course I do. How could you say those things about Sophia in front of so many people?
I only spoke the truth, you know. If you're getting upset over the truth, maybe that just shows your lack of proper upbringing.
Sure, it's true that she doesn't have much education and is not well off, but Sophia's generally a kind and good person.
Being kind and good isn't enough to get by in this world, you know. Well, I guess being poor and foolish must run in the family, poor thing.
You can make fun of me all you want, but I will absolutely not allow you to insult Sophia like that.
Oh, really? And what are you going to do about it? Someone like you, who has no power, how could you possibly get back at me?
I'll just punch you right in your face.
You would raise your hand against a woman? That's disgusting. I'll definitely have to let everyone know about this later. I'll let Brian know too. Maybe he'll reconsider marrying you after hearing about this.
Damn it! I will not forgive you. Absolutely not.
Don't act tough when you can't do anything. Come on, Sophia's speech is about to start.
Sophia's in shock, and the ceremony has temporarily paused. The guests are all taken aback.
What? Everyone seems to be enjoying themselves.
If you really think that, then you're even more of a fool than I thought. No one was having a good time. They were just murmuring and looking around.
You may have seen it that way, but everyone was laughing at the situation. Poor people just don't understand humor, can they?
Well then, I'll just spread that speech all over the internet. Then we'll see what the reactions are online.
Go ahead, do what you want. But I'll also let everyone know that you tried to hit me.
I didn't mean to hit you or anything like that.
Who was it that said, I'll just punch you right in the face? Oh look, Sophia's reputation is going to take another hit.
Damn it! Alright, if that's how it's going to be, I'll explain everything myself.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about how you're making a scene and ruining everything for Sophia. You need to realize that what you said has real consequences. Sophia was excited about her wedding day, And then you just had to go and tear her down in front of everyone. How could you be so heartless?
Heartless? I'm just being honest. Someone needs to tell the truth, especially in situations like this. It's not my fault that Sophia does not measure up to our standards.
You think this is about standards? This is about being human. It's about compassion. You can't just bulldoze over someone's feelings because you think you're better than them.
Oh, please, spare me the lecture. You think I care about feelings? This is a wedding, not a therapy session. People need to know what they're getting into, and if Sophia can't handle a little honesty, then she shouldn't be marrying into our family.
What you call honesty is nothing more than cruelty. You have no idea how much courage it takes to stand up there and give a speech in front of all those people. And you just crushed her spirit. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Ashamed? For what? For pointing out the obvious? Someone has to do it. If not me, then who? You? You're too soft-hearted to say anything of substance.
I'm not soft-hearted. I just believe in treating people with respect. What you did today was a disgrace. You might think you're making a point, but all you did was highlight your own ignorance and insecurity. Sophia deserves better, and you know it.
Oh, spare me your righteous indignation. This is the real world, and not everyone gets a trophy for showing up. If Sophia wants to be a part of our family, she needs to toughen up and understand how things really work.
And if she chooses not to be part of your twisted idea of a family, then so be it. You need to accept that some people can be kind and still stand tall without fitting into your mold of success. You might want to take a look in the mirror and reevaluate what truly matters in life. Sophia, can I have a word with you? I need to give a speech right now.
Huh? No, Brian is suggesting we pause the ceremony for a moment.
Oh, I think that's a good idea. If the atmosphere is like this, it will ruin everything. But before we pause, let me give my speech. I need to make sure that guy understands where I stand.
A speech? What do you plan to talk about?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure, but I definitely don't want him to just walk away with a victory like this. I have something to say in response, and I'll give him a piece of my mind. A speech for a speech.
I get it now.
Just give me the chance to speak, Sophia. I can't let this go unchallenged. It's important for everyone to hear my side of the story.
Okay, I'll make sure you get your moment. Just be careful about what you say.
You, don't get too full of yourself. Do you really think you can get back at me with that ridiculous speech of yours?
I said everything I needed to say. I even presented evidence of just how terrible you are as a person, and I spoke in a way that was easy for people to understand.
Your speech seemed to have a strange sense of excitement around it. But it doesn't mean anything when someone as pathetic as you tries to pick a fight with us. You might have tried to call me out, but that speech was utterly pointless.
No, it wasn't pointless at all. If you generally believe it was meaningless, then you wouldn't be getting so worked up about it, would you? More importantly, Brian has said he wants to cut ties with his family. That alone makes it meaningful.
Wait, what? Brian said that?
Yes, he finally realized that your presence is nothing but harmful to Sophia. He's been caught in the middle, torn between his family and his fiancé, but he's finally chosen to prioritize Sophia.
What? What will happen to our company then? It's far too convenient for him to just withdraw from being the successor at this point.
I'm not well versed in company matters, but whether Brian decides to step down or not, the company is in serious trouble, isn't it?
What do you mean?
There are important clients here today, right? If I were an influential person, I wouldn't want to be associated with a company whose representative publicly mistreats his wife. Moreover, there's evidence out in the open showing that this kind of mistreatment happens on a regular basis. Right now, it seems your husband is busy apologizing to the guest.
Wait, is that really happening?
You're a bit too oblivious to the situation, aren't you? Things are far more serious than you think.
I need to do something about this immediately.
You have to understand that your actions have consequences. Your husband's reputation is on the line, and so is the future of your family's business. If Brian truly decides to cut ties, It will reflect poorly not only on him, but on you as well. This is not just a small issue that can be brushed aside.
I can't believe this is happening. I need to talk to Sophia right now. Sophia, I sincerely apologize for everything that's happened.
What's the point now? I suppose you were instructed to apologize to your husband or something. I don't need an insincere apology.
Please don't say that. I'm truly sorry. I really regret my actions.
How could someone as corrupt as you truly feel remorse? However, if you genuinely are remorseful, then you will, of course, cover the cancellation fees for this ceremony, compensate me for my emotional distress, and pay for the next ceremony as well, right?
Of course. I can pay that much. Could you please let Brian know? I can't reach him at all.
He has said that he will never speak to his mother again, so whatever you try will be in vain.
Then, could you at least support me online?
Support? What do you mean?
Well, you see, my husband's company and I are currently facing a massive backlash. We've received numerous notifications of canceled contracts, and it seems there's even a boycott happening. At this rate, we might go bankrupt soon.
So you want the victim, me, to take your side?
Yes. If the victim does that, it should be calm the backlash, right? Please.
How selfish can you get? This is unacceptable. Please stop contacting me.
Wait a minute. If we go bankrupt like this, you'll also have a hard time waking up to reality, won't you? The employees will end up jobless too. Is that what you want?
It almost sounds like you're blaming me for this. It's all your fault, isn't it? Plus, Brian has apparently decided to use the business knowledge you instilled in him to become independent. It might take some time, but he intends to make an effort to provide opportunities for the employees who are left without jobs. So there's no need for you to worry.
Hold on. Please, just wait.
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm formally suing you for defamation.
Wait. Are you really going to kick me when I'm down? I've already faced enough social backlash.
No amount of punishment is enough. You humiliated my father in front of everyone. I don't mind being made a fool of, but I cannot tolerate someone making a fool of my father.
Wait a minute. Did I hear you correctly? So you're saying that your father said something similar to me?
What?
He said, you can make fun of me as much as you want, but don't make fun of my daughter. So if that's the case, doesn't that mean I can make fun of both of you?
What are you talking about?
Both of you are saying that it's fine to make fun of yourselves. That means I'm free to mock either of you.
What are you really saying? I mean, if we're going by your logic, then both of you said I won't allow anyone to make fun of the other, right? So if it's a situation where both can be made fun of and neither can be made fun of at the same time? Wait, what am I even saying?
I'm starting to lose track of this conversation, but both my husband and I are going to end up living in hardship because of our massive debts. We might not be able to survive at all. Is that okay with you?
Yes, you should get a taste of poverty. Oh, but don't ask anyone for help, okay? After all, the poor are responsible for their own situation, right?
You're serious about this, aren't you? It's utterly insane to think you could just sit there and act as if this is all a game. Do you realize how serious this is?
Yes, it is serious. It's as serious as the harm you've caused my family, Amanda.
And the impact doesn't just stop with me. It affects everyone connected to me, including Brian. You don't seem to understand that.
Oh, I understand just fine. The only problem is you don't want to accept any responsibility for your actions. You're trying to shift the blame onto everyone else, thinking you can escape the consequences. But that's not how it works.
You really think I'm trying to escape? What a laugh. You're the one who should take a good look in the mirror and recognize your part in all of this. My husband is suffering because of your insults and disrespect toward my family.
Then maybe you should have thought twice before getting involved with a family like mine. Maybe you should have considered the implications of your actions and how they would affect everyone around you.
How dare you put this all on me? This is your fault, not mine. If you hadn't insulted my father publicly, none of this would have happened.
And yet here we are. You're refusing to see the truth and keep digging your own grave deeper. You think throwing accusations at me will save you from the mess you created? It's delusional.
What I think is delusional is how you refuse to acknowledge your role in this. You act as if you're completely innocent in the whole affair, but that's not true.
Oh, please, if you're going to keep insisting on that, then I'm done talking to you. I have nothing more to say. Goodbye, Amanda. I hope you enjoy living with the mess you created.
Wow, what a journey has been. There were so many challenges along the way. But now that I've cut ties so clearly, it all seems to have turned out for the best.
I really owe it all to you, Dad. Thank you so much for everything.
What are you talking about? It's all thanks to your hard work and determination that we're here today.
No, really, it was your speech that made a huge difference. Did you know that the video of that speech is going viral online?
Wait, what do you mean viral? What does that even mean?
It means that a lot of people are watching it on the internet. And they're saying it's hilarious, almost like a stand-up comedy routine. It's getting rave reviews. People are loving the fact that a father stood up to protect his daughter who was insulted by her nasty mother-in-law in front of so many people. It's a classic example of the ideal father.
Are you serious? It's amazing. I can't believe it. But you know, during that speech, I felt this incredible energy. It was like I was really in the moment. Maybe I should consider doing something like that again.
You see, deep down, I think you still have some dreams of your own that you're holding on to. Just be honest with me about it. You don't have to worry about my feelings anymore.
Well, I suppose it wouldn't be completely true to say I don't have any dreams left. I mean, it's been a long time since I felt that joy speaking in front of an audience and getting a reaction from them. It felt so good to make people laugh again. I'd almost forgotten how much I enjoyed bringing joy to others through humor.
That just goes to show how much I've been focused on you and your well-being all this time. Thank you, Dad. Everyone is right. You truly are the ideal father. Amanda's actions led to a catastrophic blow for the company. The repercussions were severe, as the company not only struggled but eventually went bankrupt after a while. This situation did not only affect the business, it also had a significant impact on Amanda's personal life. Her relationship with her husband deteriorated rapidly, resulting in a divorce. They both found themselves burdened with immense debt. In addition to this financial turmoil, they faced cancellation fees for their wedding venue, the expenses associated with planning a new wedding, and were also ordered to pay me compensation for the emotional distress caused. It seemed that they had even lost their home, which pushed them further into a pile of debt. They were reportedly wandering the streets, their faces reflecting utter despair. It is likely that they will never recover from this downfall. I can only imagine the feelings coursing through them as they now lead a life of poverty, a reality they once mocked. I wonder what thoughts fill Amanda's mind now, considering how she used to belittle those living a difficult life, unaware of the consequences of her actions. On the other hand, my life has taken a much brighter turn. I have remarried Brian, and we are celebrating our life together with a beautiful wedding. Each day is filled with happiness as we create new memories and cherish each other's company. It's a stark contrast to the chaos that Amanda and her husband are experiencing. My father, too, has found new motivation in the wake of the situation. He decided to pursue his dream of becoming a comedian once again, inspired by the events that unfolded. As a stand-up comedian, he has taken to the stage with his unique style, using his experiences and humor to connect with audiences. I've had the pleasure of watching him perform at various venues, and his energy is incredible. He looks so alive and vibrant up there, making people laugh while sharing stories from his life. It's clear that he had given up a lot for my sake over the years, and now he is finally able to chase his dreams. Seeing my father pursue his passion fills me with pride. I feel a deep sense of gratitude for everything he has done for me, and I want to support him in his journey. As I have grown into an adult, I realize how important it is to give back to my parents, especially considering the sacrifices they made. I am determined to encourage my father in this new chapter of his life. As for me, I have truly matured through all the experiences I've encountered. The struggles I've faced have shaped who I am today. With Brian by my side, I feel empowered and ready to take on whatever life throws at us. Our relationship is built on trust and mutual support, and I can't help but feel optimistic about our future. Thinking back on Amanda, I can't help but feel a mixture of emotions. While I don't wish her ill, it's hard to overlook the fact that her choices led her down this path. She once enjoyed a life filled with luxury, but now she finds herself in a situation where even the basic necessities are hard to come by. I wonder if she ever reflects on her past decisions, especially regarding her treatment of others. It's a reminder that our actions have consequences and life can change in an instant. As I continue to build my life with Brian, I find joy in the little things. Our mornings together are filled with laughter and shared dreams. We often talk about our goals and aspirations, and it feels liberating to have someone who understands and supports my ambitions. Each day, I strive to make choices that reflect the values I hold dear, not just for myself, but also for the loved ones around me. In light of everything, I have also come to appreciate the importance of community and family. During tough times, it's essential to have a support system. I've made a conscious effort to strengthen my bonds with my family and friends, recognizing that they are vital to my happiness. I encourage my father to share his comedic journey with them, inviting them to his shows and cheering them on. In these moments, I see a new chapter unfolding, not just for myself, but for my father as well. His decision to pursue comedy has not only revived his spirit, but has also brought us closer together. We share laughs over his routines and discuss the nuances of his performances. It's heartwarming to see how far he has come and the joy he brings to others. I can't help but reflect on how life has a way of surprising us. When one door closes, another opens, and I've learned to embrace these changes with an open heart. My relationship with Brian is a testament to this idea. It blossomed in a time when I least expected it, and it has enriched my life immeasurably. As I navigate this journey, I keep Amanda in mind, not as a figure of resentment, but as a reminder of the importance of making wise choices. Life is unpredictable, and while I wish her the best, I also hope that she learns from her experiences. The road to recovery is long, and I can only hope she finds the strength to rise again, just as my father has. I am committed to supporting my father, and I plan to be there for him as he continues to chase his dream of making people laugh. His resilience is inspiring, and I aspire to carry that same spirit in my life. As we both move forward, I believe in the power of hope and determination. Together, we will face whatever challenges lie ahead, with laughter as our guide. In conclusion, while Amanda's story is one of caution, mine is filled with hope and renewal. Life's twists and turns have led me to a place of joy and fulfillment, and I cherish every moment with Brian and my family. I look forward to a future filled with love, laughter, and the pursuit of dreams, supporting my father along the way as he embraces his passion once more.
Christine, hold on for a second. What's going on, Gigi? What's going on? Don't act like you don't know. I was rummaging through your room earlier, and guess what I found? Your salary slip. And what about it? You should have seen it. $500? A salary that low? It's honestly embarrassing. Wait, you were rummaging through my room, Gigi? Yes, I was. What of it? You were rummaging through my room? Why would you do that? Well, as your sister-in-law, it's my responsibility to supervise everything, right? My sister-in-law? You're calling yourself my sister-in-law? Who else would I be? This is my family's house, isn't it? And here I am letting you, an outsider, live here with us. It's only natural that I'm the head of the house, right? Look, that house was built 3 years ago as a 2-family home, and your family's house was sold a while back. If anyone's the outsider, it's you. You moved in here after the divorce 6 months ago. Don't be ridiculous. My parents and my brother live here. This is my home. You're the outsider, no question about it. Ugh. And on top of that, you've been splitting housework with my brother. Who do you think you are? Well, I'm working too, so I think splitting the housework is only fair. Working on a salary of $500 a month? What are you even saying? 500 may be 500, but that's in euros, not dollars. Huh? What are you talking about? Are you joking? You're seriously a joke. And let's be real, you don't even match up to my brother. He went to a top-tier university and studied abroad. Meanwhile, you're just a high school graduate, right? And on top of that, you're working for a salary of $500 and don't even do the housework properly. Honestly, you're a worthless woman. You should be working harder, you useless thing. Gigi, don't call me by my name so casually. It makes my skin crawl. When someone like you gets too familiar with me, it just lowers my value. Honestly, you are... Anyway, I don't need you around anymore. Don't come back to this house. I have no obligation to feed a parasite like you. I've already called a junk removal service and they've thrown out all your stuff. Wait, you threw all my stuff out? Of course I did. You're garbage, so I had everything thrown out. It's only fitting. What about my books? Did you throw those out too? Those were full of trash. I made sure to toss them first. How could you? What's so surprising? Honestly, you should be grateful. I took out the garbage for you. And by the way, $500? It's starting to seem hilariously funny to me now. I might just post it online. Huh? Wait, you're not really going to post my salary slip online, are you? Of course I am. Everyone deserves a good laugh, right? No, wait, that's too much. Oh, sorry, I already posted it. Now you're the laughingstock of the entire United States. How's it feel to be famous all of a sudden? You should be thanking me for making you famous. You can't just post my salary slip online. That's private information. I don't care about that. Honestly, I'm just relieved that you won't be coming back to this house anymore. It feels like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I've been so annoyed with an outsider wandering around the house. I've always had to put up with your presence here, and frankly, it's been frustrating. Every time I look around, you're just there, getting in the way. And now, finally, I won't have to deal with you anymore. It's such a relief to know that the house will be free of your presence. What's even more frustrating is how you just walk around as if you have any right to be here. You think you're helping with the housework, but I know deep down it's because you have no other choice. You're just here because of your financial situation. And yet you've always tried to act like you belong. You don't. You never did. And now you're paying the price for it. I'm doing everyone a favor by kicking you out. You were never truly a part of this family, and I don't need to pretend anymore. The things you own, gone. The books you've been clinging to, gone. Everything you've left behind is now someone else's problem, not mine. It's funny to think that just a few months ago, you might have thought you were safe here. That this house would be your sanctuary, but no. The moment you started acting like you owned the place, I knew it wouldn't last. And now everything's falling apart for you. Not only have I gotten rid of your stuff, but I've made sure you'll be humiliated online too. It's almost poetic in a way, don't you think? You've been living in this fantasy world, thinking you could get away with anything. But now everyone will know what kind of person you really are. That $500 salary slip is all people need to see to know the truth. So enjoy the fame, because you're never coming back here. And remember, you've got me to thank for it. And don't even try to contact me. I'm done with you. For good. Sorry, Samuel.
What's wrong?
Could you contact the client and let them know that I might not make the deadline?
Got it. I'll contact them right away and let them know, and we can adjust the schedule. But this is really unusual. You've never been late for a deadline before. Are you feeling okay? Is something wrong with your health?
No, my health is fine, but there's been some trouble.
Trouble?
I was kicked out of my house by your sister.
What?
She went into my room without permission and found my payslip. After looking at it, she somehow thought I only made $500 a month. Then she threw all my personal belongings out of the house and told me not to come back.
What the hell?
Right now I'm staying in a hotel, but I also need to figure out the logistics of getting my computer and everything else in order.
Could it be that you've lost your data?
No, I've saved everything to the cloud, so all my important stuff is safe. But I'm so furious right now that it's hard to focus on work. Everything feels like it's falling apart.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's a pretty tough situation to be in.
You know she's always treated me terribly, right? Just showed up at my place out of nowhere, never helping out with the housework, never lifting a finger. She'd always act so superior and look down on me. I tried putting up with it, thinking maybe she was just going through a hard time, especially since she was kicked out after the divorce. I thought maybe that was why she was so emotionally unstable. I figured I'd just be patient and let it slide, but I never expected she'd actually look down on me the whole time.
Wow, that is so messed up. Must be really hard to deal with, especially knowing that all along she was just treating you like that.
It really is, and the worst part is I had no idea that's how she thought of me. I had no idea she thought I was so beneath her. It's like all that kindness I showed her and the patience I tried to give her meant nothing. After all, she goes through my things and makes assumptions about my income and just throws everything away like I'm some kind of trash.
Yeah, that must really hurt. I can't even begin to understand how you must feel.
Oh, I'm fine, really. I'm completely calm about this whole thing. Can you see how calm I am? Your sister's still alive, isn't she? Just sitting there doing nothing of value as always. I'm totally composed, don't you think?
No, you're not calm at all. You're clearly angry, and I can tell that it's hard for you to handle.
Well, that's just the thing. Your sister actually had the audacity to tell me not to address her casually like we were somehow equals. She said that if I acted too familiar with her, my worth would somehow go down. She actually said that to me. Like, what right does she have to say something like that?
Wow, that's pretty messed up of her. I didn't know she would be so controlling. It's like she's trying to manipulate the situation to make herself feel superior.
Exactly, and you know what? I am not going to let her get away with it anymore. I have had enough of it. I have been trying to be patient, but I have reached my limit. I am done being nice about it.
So, what are you planning to do now?
I don't know yet, but I am not going to let her treat me like this anymore. This whole thing makes me so mad I can't even think straight. I was always there for her, always tried to make things work, but now I just feel like everything I did was completely pointless. She's taken advantage of my kindness, and I am done letting her walk all over me.
I understand why you're so angry, but don't do anything rash. You need to think carefully about how you handle this, especially with your parents.
Yeah, you're right. I can't just rush into anything, but that doesn't mean I'll just sit by and let her get away with everything either.
I understand, but to be honest, you've been nothing but kind to her, and she's the one who's been cruel. You don't deserve this.
Thanks for saying that. It's hard to keep perspective when you're in the middle of it, but hearing that helps.
So, what's the plan now? Are you going to talk to her about this, or...?
I don't know. Right now I need to cool down before I say anything. I don't want to make things worse, especially when I'm so angry. But believe me, I'm not going to let her get away with this. I will make sure she knows exactly how wrong she was.
That's the right call. I'm sure you'll figure this out. And hey, just so you know, I've got your back. If you need anything or want to talk about it, I'm here.
Thanks, Samuel. That means a lot to me.
Don't mention it. You've been through enough already. You deserve some peace.
I appreciate that. Honestly, I'm just so tired of the drama. I just want to get back to work and focus on what I need to do. But right now, everything feels like a mess. I don't know how to move forward from this, but I will. I just need some time to think.
Take all the time you need. It's understandable that you need space to process everything. But just know, you don't have to handle this alone.
Thanks, that really helps. Hey, Christine. Huh? What is it? What's wrong? This payslip, it says 50,000 euros. I saw some followers even pointing it out. Is it really true? I told you already, didn't I? That's the truth. I've been doing well for myself. But seriously, what kind of job are you even doing to earn that much? A lot of different things, you know. I write scripts, I write essays, and I have a few ongoing projects with clients in various fields. By the way, your brother is actually my manager. He helps me out with handling negotiations and setting up meetings with clients overseas. He's been really great, and I'm really thankful for his help. Wait, what? Someone like you is working with clients overseas? Someone like me? What exactly do you mean by that? You really don't have any respect for me, do you? Just because you don't understand, it doesn't mean it's impossible. I just can't understand how someone like you make only $500 a month, and on top of that, you're sharing the household chores with my brother. Hold on, that is totally your misunderstanding. You don't know the full story. Just because you see something on the surface doesn't mean you understand the whole picture. So this 50,000 euros is true? It is definitely true. If you really don't believe me, just ask Samuel. He'll confirm everything for you. It's not like I'm hiding anything. Oh, so it's really true. Wow, I see now. I get it now. I really do. Huh. Well then I guess that means you're acceptable now. Acceptable? What do you mean by that? I mean, as my sister-in-law. If you're really saying all that, then fine. I guess I can let you stay at the house. When are you coming back, by the way? I really want a new handbag. With 50,000 euros, that's about $75,000. What should I even spend all that on? I could buy all the clothes, accessories, and shoes I want. I could even get myself a car. Oh my, why didn't you say something sooner? I feel so dumb for holding back all this time. I could make some serious investments with that kind of money. It's not feeling dumb, you are dumb. Seriously, you're thinking of spending all that on frivolous things? Oh, come on, you don't have to be so bitter. Why not have a bit more confidence in yourself? I understand how you feel, but listen, you've already passed the test to be my sister-in-law, so I think you're good enough for that. I mean, you're really in no position to act like you're above it all, right? You're the one who's a fool here, you know that? Huh? Me? What on earth are you talking about? Sorry to break it to you, but you're not cut out to be my sister-in-law. What? How could you say that? I'm not going to buy you anything, and I'm making you leave the house. No way you're staying here anymore. What? After I accepted you as my sister-in-law? How could you just throw me out like this? Who do you think you are? You're really in no position to look down on me. You mocked my $500 a month, but what about you? What's your situation like? You seem to have no shame in criticizing my income when you have no real job or any income to speak of. Surely you must be earning a fortune, right? Well, my income isn't any of your business. It is my business. Don't try to play it off. I could tell without even asking. You're unemployed, aren't you? No income, nothing. No, I make some money. It's just not a lot, but at least I'm not completely relying on others. So what, are you counting the allowance your parents give you as your income now? That's really what you think counts? Ugh, you're so unfair. Aren't you 30 years old by now? It's really sad that you're still depending on your parents at your age. Shouldn't you be out there building something for yourself? Stop it already. What is your problem? Are you really going to mock me for being unemployed? You don't know what I've been through. You think it's so easy, don't you? I'm not mocking you. I don't judge people based on their income like you seem to do. I'm just pointing out your character. You made fun of me for dividing the housework with Samuel, but you don't do a single thing to help around here. You just sit around the house all day doing nothing, complaining about how everything is unfair. I can't help it. I'm divorced. I have been hurt. I am so hurt. I can't even help out with housework or anything. And you just keep piling on more pain. It's cruel. It's terrible. You're a heartless person. How can you treat me like this when I've been through so much? I've thought the same way about you. That's why I've put up with your arrogance for so long. But, it's been 6 months since your divorce, and wasn't it your own affair that caused it? Why are you still acting like the victim here? You're really making me sick at this point. Well, that's because my husband made me feel so lonely. That's why. It was just a momentary lapse of judgment. I didn't mean for it to happen. It's not like I planned it. A momentary lapse of judgment, huh? You were having an affair with that person for quite a while. Don't act like it was some impulsive decision. You were doing it behind his back, hiding it, and only when it was found out did you try to play the victim. Shut up. Listen, I've decided I'm no longer going to consider you my sister-in-law. Why would you say that? Because it's so obvious. You've treated me horribly all this time, and I just put up with it because I thought you were stressed out from the divorce. But now I realize you were just looking down on me all along, thinking you were better than me because you had your own house, your own income, and everything else. You never once thought of how hard I've been trying just to get by. But I told you I'd accept you as my sister-in-law. I have done everything I can to make peace. Why can't you just accept that? Forget it. I've realized there's no point in talking to you. You're not staying here anymore. I've made up my mind. You're going to leave, no questions asked. You can't just throw me out. I've been accepted as part of this family. What is wrong with you? No, this is my house. I've had enough of you thinking you have some sort of right to stay here and act like this is your place. You're nothing but a freeloader at this point. What? You're still saying that? You must be really dumb. This is my parents' house and my brother's house. You, the outsider, should not be acting like you own the place. That's where you're wrong from the start. What? I bought this house. It's in my name. It's mine. What? You're lying, aren't you? I'm not lying. It's the truth. And that's why I have the right to kick you out. You're not welcome here anymore. You were just living under my roof by my generosity. But even if that's true, there's no way my brother or my parents would let you do this. They wouldn't agree to throwing me out of the house. The discussion has already been had. Samuel, my parents, they all agreed to this. Everyone is on my side. No way. This can't be happening. Where are you right now? Huh? Why does it matter to you? Maybe you're at a hot spring inn right now? Huh? How do you know that? Didn't Samuel tell you? He said that I've been working really hard lately, so he suggested I take a break and relax a little. He even gave me some spending money. It's been really nice to take some time off and recharge. Well, yeah, but doesn't it seem a little strange? You've never worked hard enough to deserve a break, so why would he suddenly tell you to go relax? You're not fooling anyone. What are you trying to say? I'm the one who planned all of this. I'm packing up all your things into boxes right now. I'm changing the locks on the doors so when you come back, you won't have a home to return to. I've already taken care of everything. What? I don't owe you anything, okay? There's no obligation to support someone like you anymore. You made your bed, now lie in it. What is that girl really doing?
I really am sorry.
There's no need for you to apologize. She's already 30 years old, you know.
But she's my sister.
Just because she's your sister doesn't mean you should feel responsible. You're the one who's sane here. It's not like your father and mother raised her poorly. It's all just because of her own character. She's the one at fault.
You really speak so bluntly.
That's just the truth. Still, it's really like she's making a fool of herself. She posted my salary slip and caused a mini scandal, right? And then she started saying things like mocking people with low incomes, and then all her past discriminatory comments got dug up too.
Yeah.
She should have just deleted her account or apologized, but instead, all she did was make excuses and shift the blame onto others. And then at the end, she started claiming that she had been harassed by me every day. It was filled with contradictions, and the lies were exposed immediately. When people pointed them out, she snapped and started playing the victim. Before long, her personal information got exposed and it turned into a massive online firestorm. And to top it all off, I even got caught in the crossfire. At one point, it was so absurd that it actually started to seem kind of funny.
Not funny.
Well, I can't just keep finding it amusing, can I?
Of course not.
Now it's even starting to affect my work. I'm so sorry, Samuel.
Huh?
At this point, I can't hold back anymore. Hey, what the hell have you done? What do you mean? What do I mean? What's going on here? What's this essay you wrote? Oh, you mean the one about my sister-in-law? Yeah, I was just as surprised as you when it blew up like that. I honestly didn't expect it to get so much attention, but, well, someone else had already started a huge scandal, so I guess that helped my piece get more visibility. So this is about me, isn't it? Yeah, of course it's about you. This is so awful. I can't believe you wrote something like this about me. You made me look like a fool, exaggerating everything, making it seem so much worse than it is. How could you do that? Exaggerating? How? What exactly did I exaggerate? What do you mean, what? You've made me out to be some kind of ridiculous joke. It's so over the top. No, I just wrote the truth. I didn't exaggerate anything. I wrote about you cheating, getting a divorce, showing up at my house, doing nothing but acting all high and mighty, even though you weren't helping with anything. I keep a diary every day, so everything I wrote is just facts. If that makes you look bad, it's because you're the one acting like that in real life. If you think that's an exaggeration, maybe it's because you've been acting like a fool this whole time. Shut up, you! Well, looks like you're the laughingstock of the entire country now. Bet you're glad you're famous now, huh? You should be thanking me for that. You think you can just get away with this? I am suing you! You're not getting away with this! I don't care. Go ahead and sue me. What are you going to do? Wait, hold on. What is this? Are you trying to act tough or something? If you sue me, I never revealed your real name in the essay. It was just an anonymous piece. And I didn't put out any personal information that could identify you, so I don't see how this could be a privacy violation. If you think I've done something wrong, you'd have to prove it. But it's gotten so bad now. Everyone knows who I am. People have been making so many mean comments mocking me. Well, that's because you went ahead and started that massive scandal yourself. You lied about things, revealed personal details, and started throwing around accusations. You got caught up in your own mess, and now it's your fault. This is all you're doing. You caused it. It's not a lie. You treated me terribly. I had to expose you for everything you did to me. What's wrong with that? You're the one who hurt me, so it's only fair that your name should be exposed too. Fine, whatever. The truth about all of this will come out soon enough, so I'm not even worried about it. What do you mean? What are you talking about? I'm suing you for defamation. I'm going to make sure everyone knows what you did to me. Wait a minute, hold on. You don't have to take it that far. Excuse me? Weren't you the one who said you'd definitely sue me no matter what? Now you're backing down? I was just... Was that just a threat? Because guess what? That's a criminal offense, you know. Threatening someone like that is actually against the law. And let's not forget the personal belongings you threw away. I'm going to sue you for that too. You're going to pay for what you did. What? Personal belongings? I just threw out some trash, that's all. Really? Well, that's up for the court to decide, isn't it? You're insane. What value is there in those things? Those old, worn-out books and stuff. You really think that has any worth? You just don't understand, do you? What do you mean I don't understand? The so-called worn-out books you're talking about, those are rare editions. Rare editions? Yes, rare books. They're not just some random books. They're hard to find. They're valuable, almost like antiques. Book antiques? Yeah, some of those books were worth tens of thousands. Tens of thousands for those old things? Yes, it's true. Those books were worth a lot more than you think. Wait, how much would the damages be then? How much are you asking for? Well, it's hard to say, but I'm guessing around 200,000. 200,000? Oh, that's way less than I thought it would be. Maybe I could manage that. Yeah, that's in euros, though. 2,000 euros? Oh, there's no way I could afford that. Well, you've been mocking people who have low income, so I'm sure you're making a lot of money, right? You must be making a lot of money since you're so quick to judge people. If that's the case, paying me back should be a piece of cake, should it not? Wait a minute. I'm really sorry, Christine. I was wrong. I admit it. Please just stop. Stop? Why should I stop? I'm just getting started. And by the way, don't call me by my name like that. Huh? Do you know how disgusting it is when you act so familiar with me? It lowers my value when you get too comfortable with me. I don't want you to reduce my worth by acting like we're on some friendly terms. Christine, I am truly sorry. I was in the wrong. I regret everything I did. I can't believe I let myself do something like that. I am so sorry. Please, I beg you. I have been working so hard, but no matter how much I earn, my alimony and compensation fees take everything. I'm barely able to make ends meet. Please, Christine, can you help me? I don't care. What? What do you mean you don't care? Do you seriously think I'm going to help you after everything you've done? You have got some nerve. Work harder, useless. How can you say such cruel things? How can you be so heartless? You're a monster. That's rich coming from you. You said exactly the same to me, remember? What? I never said anything like that. Oh, really? It's all in the records. I've got it right here. Oh, I'm really sorry. I truly regret my actions, and I can't express enough how much I've learned from this. If there's any way you could speak to my brothers and get them to help me. No. What? Why? Why won't you help me after everything I've been through? I am suffering. This is so hard. Do you have any idea how it feels to be constantly humiliated just because my personal information got leaked? Everywhere I go, people make fun of me. You think I care? How can you say that after everything I've done for you? How could you leave me like this? Do you not have any compassion for me at all? Of course not. What? You are trash, so it's obvious you'll be thrown out. What else do you expect? I am begging you, please don't say such things. I am desperate. And what exactly did you expect from me? Did you think that I would just let you walk all over me? No, you need to face the consequences for what you've done. You've made your bed, now lie in it. Don't come to me looking for sympathy. I don't deserve this. It's funny how you think you're the victim, but look at everything you've put me through. You've ruined everything for me, and now you think I should just help you out of the mess you've made? You are delusional. Please just think of all the times I was there for you. You were there for me? Oh, don't make me laugh. The essay titled My Sister-in-Law was an unexpected and extraordinary hit. When I first wrote it, I had no idea it would become such a massive success. In fact, it was originally something very personal and deeply cathartic, a way for me to deal with the complex and painful relationship I had with my sister-in-law. Over the years, our relationship had been strained, filled with misunderstandings and hurt, and I simply needed an outlet to express the frustrations that had built up within me. Writing it was, in many ways, an attempt at healing, a means to make sense of the feelings I had toward her and the conflict that had clouded our family dynamic. What I didn't expect was that the essay would strike a powerful chord with others. It was, in many ways, a form of emotional release for me. But as I started to share it with a small circle of friends, I quickly realized that the emotions I had experienced, the sense of betrayal, the frustration, the anger, were not unique to me. There were others who had similar struggles with family members, and the response I received was overwhelming. People were opening up to me about their own personal stories, and it became evident that I wasn't alone in feeling this way. The more I shared, the more people reached out to say they understood and that they too had experienced this kind of familial tension. At first, I thought this essay might attract a few readers, people who could relate to my situation, but the response was much more massive than I could have ever anticipated. The essay quickly became a sensation, gaining traction in online forums and social media platforms. As the shares and comments poured in, I realized what had started as an intensely personal reflection was now something bigger. A conversation about family dynamics, the complexity of relationships, and the difficult choices people make. It wasn't just my story anymore, it had become everyone's story. People from all walks of life were reaching out to share their own experiences and to express how my words had resonated with them. It was both humbling and surreal. As the essay continued to grow in popularity, it wasn't long before a publisher approached me with the idea of turning it into a book. I was hesitant at first. This was still such a personal story, and I wasn't sure I wanted to make it even more public. But after some thought, I decided to move forward with it. After all, the response to the essay had been overwhelming, and it seemed as though there was a genuine desire for more. So we took the next step, and the essay was officially turned into a book. To my astonishment, the book quickly became a commercial success. I had no idea that the story I had written from the heart would sell over 100,000 copies. The numbers were staggering, and every time I saw the sales figures, I was overwhelmed with disbelief. I never imagined that something so intimate, something born out of my own personal struggles, would find such a broad audience. But the book didn't just resonate with readers in a general sense, it was deeply personal for so many people. As I heard from readers, it was clear that the themes of betrayal, family, and personal growth were universal, and that my experience had somehow mirrored the experiences of so many others. The book wasn't just a success, it had become a voice for people who felt silenced by the complexities of their own familial relationships. What followed was even more unexpected. The book was adapted into a manga. At first, I was unsure how my words would translate into illustrations. After all, the essay was primarily about my own personal journey, and I wasn't sure how an artist could capture that essence. But when the first drafts of the manga came in, I was stunned. The characters, my own thoughts and feelings were brought to life in a completely new way. It was as if the emotional weight of the words had been translated into something even more powerful. The illustrations conveyed the subtle nuances of the story in a way I had never imagined. The emotions I had tried to communicate through words were now expressed through the faces, the body language, and the visual details of the characters. The manga adaptation brought a new layer of depth to the story, and the readers who had already loved the book found themselves captivated by this new version of the story. The manga's success was undeniable. Fans of the book flocked to it, and it soon became a sensation in its own right. I was once again amazed by the level of engagement from readers. The manga wasn't just a visual representation of the book, it was an experience in and of itself. The characters became more than just names on a page. They took on new dimensions, and readers connected with them in a way that was deeply emotional. It seemed that the manga had struck a chord with even more people than the book had, reaching a broader audience and evoking a powerful emotional response. But that wasn't the end of the journey. The success of the essay, the book, and the manga led to a television adaptation of the story. Seeing my own experiences and emotions portrayed on screen was an entirely new challenge, and I wasn't sure what to expect. The drama series took the essence of the book and adapted it for the screen. There were changes, of course, as any adaptation would require, but the core themes remained intact. Watching the actors bring my story to life was both surreal and emotional. Seeing my own words, which had once been private and personal, now played out on the screen by talented actors, made the story feel larger than life. The characters seemed to come alive in a way that I couldn't have imagined. The raw emotions I had written about were brought to the forefront by the actors' performances, and the story resonated with viewers in a powerful way. The drama series became a massive success, attracting a wide viewership and receiving critical acclaim. It wasn't long before the show was trending, with fans across the country praising its emotional depth and powerful storytelling. The feedback was overwhelmingly positive, with many viewers sharing how the show had deeply impacted them. The story had touched something deep within them, and the characters had come to represent their own struggles with family, relationships, and personal growth. Drama wasn't just entertainment, it was a mirror reflecting the complexity of human emotions. The success of drama brought it with a new wave of recognition, and the story continued to gain momentum. It was no longer just a book or a manga, it had become a part of the cultural conversation. With the success of the book, manga, and television series, and financial rewards started to flow in. The royalties from each adaptation were substantial, and soon my family and I found ourselves living a much more comfortable life. I had always dreamed of a future where financial worries were no longer a burden, where we could live without the constant stress of making ends meet. And suddenly that dream was a reality. We were able to afford things we had never imagined before. Vacations, a nicer home, better opportunities for our children. Money no longer seemed like an obstacle. It was as though the financial struggles that had always weighed us down had disappeared, replaced by a new sense of security and freedom. But even as the money poured in and our lives became more comfortable, I couldn't help but think about my sister-in-law. What had happened to her? Where was she now in the aftermath of all this success? I had made it clear that I couldn't help her with her debts, that the money I was now receiving wasn't going to fix the choices she had made. But what did that mean for her? Has she found a way out of the financial hole she dug for herself, or was she still trapped in the same cycle of debt and hardship? The messages from her started to come again, though they were fewer and more desperate than before. She continued to ask for help, though it was clear from the tone of her messages that she no longer believed she could solve her own problems. The desperation in her words was palpable, but I couldn't and wouldn't offer her anything more. The years of giving her second chances, the repeated attempts to offer help, had only resulted in disappointment. She had refused the help when it was offered, and now she was reaping the consequences of her actions. Eventually, the messages stopped. I wasn't sure if it was because she'd given up or because she had finally realized that there was no help coming. Either way, it marked the end of that chapter in our lives, and I couldn't help but wonder how things had turned out for her. But at the same time, I knew that I had done everything I could, and there was nothing more to give. Meanwhile, her life had become a constant struggle. She worked multiple jobs, often from early morning until late at night, but her debts were so overwhelming that it didn't matter how hard she worked, she couldn't keep up. Her wages were garnished to pay off the restitution, and no matter how many hours she put in, she was always in the red. She lived in a cheap, run-down apartment, surviving on discounted food and the bare minimum. Every day was a battle for survival, and the more she worked, the further behind she fell. It seemed like there was no escape. As the months passed, the reality of her situation became clear. She would be in debt for the next 20 years, at the very least. 2 decades of constant toil just to make ends meet. Even if she worked non-stop, she would never catch up. The future was bleak and the cycle seemed unbreakable. For all her hard work, for all her sacrifices, she was no closer to escaping than she had been when the debts first started piling up. The contrast between our lives, between her struggle and the newfound stability and comfort of my family, was staggering. There was no justice in it, no simple explanation for how things had turned out this way, but I knew one thing for certain. She had made choices, and those choices had consequences. I had done my best to help her, to offer her a way out, but in the end, it was her decision, her actions, that had led her to this point.